What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quinn Wade, Quinn Ever here coming to the late night video. Y'all ain't gonna catch this until the morning, some of y'all, but I've been watching OKC since these trades. I watched the Phoenix game. I watched the game tonight against the Portland Trail Blazers. I watched the games earlier in the season. And I just gotta ask the people. I got some OKC fans on my YouTube channel. Y'all know I'm big on YouTube right now. And I got a lot of OKC fans, but I gotta ask you a question. And this is like goes back to the Miami Heat finals when Westbrook blew games and he turned the ball over in critical moments. And I just watched the Phoenix game yesterday. He just threw a bullshit, going to the paint with three dudes, throwing up a layup, still brick. I just seen today it was tied up. He come off a screen, goes up to lane with two big men, tries to make a layup over to both of them and break the layup to tie it up. Like, why would you even shoot that shit? And then he comes off the pick and roll and he just throw up that brick. That mid-range jump shot is horrible. He comes up the screen, pull up, brick. Pull up, brick. Then he shoots horrible threes. It's like he comes off the screen and sometimes he just get the ball and he just thinks like, I'm just going to shoot it. So it's like a fuck it shot. Like he just dribbles and just throw up a three out of nowhere. And he did it today against Portland. He was just playing. Next, he just said fuck it and just threw up a three. I was like, damn. But the thing is, Russell Westbrook shoots 28% from three. And he's shooting 4 threes a game. And he's only making 28% of them. That's below league average. And I'm starting to think, I thought OKC, as you see in them videos, I thought OKC was definitely the best team in the West. I think they can beat any team in the NBA. But just like in that Miami Heat series, I just can't trust Russell Westbrook. I was trying to say he was a top 5 player, but Russell Westbrook is the most high-risk player I have ever seen because his decision making is just so fucked up. His mentality is just fucked up. Him and Josh Smith think alike. And it's sad to say something like that. Him and Josh Smith, both athletic. They both can pass. They both can play defense. They both get steals. Both get triple doubles, rebounds, pass, assist, score. But you just can't trust them enough in a game. Because Josh Smith throw up a bullshit shot. He'll try to over dribble and create a pass. And Westbrook, like I said, I just can't trust on people. And I'm scared to pick OKC to come out the West because I just can't trust Russell Westbrook 7 games in a row with the ball primarily in his hands because he's going to come off that screen and shoot a brick jump shot off the mid-range, or he's going to shoot up a stupid three out of nowhere, or he's just going to turn the ball over, or he's just going to over dribble and just go to the paint over 2 people, or he's going to go to the paint and just try to muscle it in instead of trying to lay it in. And you can actually look up the stats. Russell Westbrook is one of the worst finishers percentage-wise in the paint. He's not one of the best finishers in the paint. You see him always going to the paint, finishing layups, but he missed more layups than he makes by a large percentage. And he misses majority of his mid-range. He might make 2 mid-range, but he misses like 6. And he'll make like 2 of his mid-range off the screen. And like his 3-point shot is horrible. And I just want to ask the OKC people, because I got a lot of OKC people on my list, like I said before, against the Spurs, against Golden State, can you trust Russell Westbrook to make decisions for 38 to 42 minutes with the ball? He has 6 turnovers today, and he shot 31 shots, I believe. 30 plus shots today, and he shot 38 the other day, but he missed way more than he made. He's shooting 43% from the field. He was shooting 47, but he keep going down because he takes so many shots. And like I said, he missed majority of his mid-range and majority of his layups. He just so high risk. And I'm just scared that if he goes against Cleveland, if he goes against Atlanta, if he goes against Golden State, teams that can punish you for making mistakes, knock down the three, kill you on a fast break. And just they got Andrew Bogut that can protect the rim, so you can't just go in there running to the paint, throwing up layups and trying to finish over force a layup, basically. I just can't. And they got rebounders too. Atlanta, Al Horford, Paul Millsap, David Lee, Draymond Green, Bogut, Taj Gibson, Paul Gasol, Joakim Noah, Cleveland, Mozgov, Kevin Love, LeBron. I just can't trust Russell Westbrook. And it's hard for me to put him in my top 5 because he's so high risk. And he's getting a triple double because the ball is constantly in his hands the whole game. And he's getting rebounds because Serge Ibaka is in the mid range to the 3-point shot, the 3-point line. So the rebound's going to either go to Enes Kanter or Westbrook. And since Kevin Durant came back, is nobody really grabbing rebounds besides Westbrook, Serge, and Kanter. And Kanter didn't even play today. So Russell Westbrook, I'm not trying to take no credit away from him, but his stats are inflated. Like I said, he has the second highest usage rate in the NBA. The ball stays in his hands, so it's easy for him to get. And he's shooting 30 plus shots, 20 plus shots too, and usually shooting 20 shots a game. Then on top of that, he still had the ball in his hands, so he's going to get a lot of assists because he got a lot of talent and a lot of knockdown shooters like Ibaka, Anthony Morrow, Kyle Singler, Steve Novak, Kevin Durant. And Dion Waiters can knock down shots every now and then. And DJ Augustine is a decent shooter spot up. You know what I'm saying? So he should have a lot of assists when you got the ball in your hand the whole game. Then you get a lot of rebounds because everybody on the perimeter. So the rebound going to go to the person that goes in for the rebound. So his stats are a little inflated. And his decision making is a little high risk. So I was going to put Westbrook in my top 5. But now I want to put him in the top 7. I got to decrease him off these last 2 games and how he played in earlier in the year. I don't think Westbrook is. I got to take him out of MVP because, like I seen earlier in the season, this is just a full analysis on the season. He shot OKC out of a lot of games earlier in the season, or he made 2 bad passes, or he went to the paint and tried layups over 2 dudes and bricked it. He blew a lot of games for OKC this year in the beginning of the season. These last 2 games, his decision making been horrible, and his shot selection in the fourth quarter has been terrifying. He bricked like 4 shots and made like 1 in the fourth quarter in the last 2 minutes. And I'm just scared of Russell Westbrook against smarter teams like Atlanta, like Golden State. I don't trust Russell Westbrook for OKC right now. And I've been saying that for a long year. I'm not a Westbrook fan, but I appreciate what he brings to the table. But he is a little overrated, and his stats are a little inflated, and he's just too high risk and just a bad decision maker. And he takes horrible shots, including the 3-point shots that he throw up. And like I said, half the 3-point shots he shoot are just idiotic. He just throws it up out of nowhere. So let me know what you guys think. Can you trust Russell Westbrook in the playoffs, in a 7-game series against the best teams in the NBA? The Western Conference Finals, the NBA Finals. And this year, the Conference Finals is going to be ridiculous. They can make this the second round going to be hard. So, do you trust them? Let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. I don't trust them right now. I bet for OKC these last 2 games, and I lost because of Russell Westbrook. And I tried to trust him. I thought he was the MVP candidate. And he just turned into the old Russell Westbrook these last 2 games. And like I said, he played horrible to me. He shot OKC out of games in the beginning of the season, and I can prove it. I got an NBA breakdown of Russell Westbrook coming up this month. Well, next month now because the month almost over. I got an MVP candidate, Russell Westbrook, coming up, an NBA breakdown, and I'm going to show you why Westbrook is one of the riskiest players in the NBA and why he could be a top 5 player and why he's probably not a top 5 player. You don't really know what Russell Westbrook, basically what I'm trying to say. But I'm going to prove what I'll be telling you guys in that video. It's going to get a whole lot of dislikes because you already know Westbrook is not one of my favorite players. And I still respect him and stuff, but you're going to see in that video why Westbrook is one of the riskiest players in the league.